You're listening to littlepodcast.com.
Now, what makes it European?
Yeah, so...
Is it topless?
Yes.
The world crushed on me. First, I thought the guy was dead. Now I discover he is alive.
Death at Disney World.
Nobody dies in Disney World, John. Everybody
That's
knows
not true.
You're doing the thing already.
You're already doing it.
You've done it. Good job.
You're already...
Success.
You're already doing it. Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 370. I'm your host, John Dangereux, joined by my co-hosts...
Matt, Safety Hag.
And TJ, what's remaining May?
What's remaining May? Matt, turn the starting soon off. We are not starting soon. We've started now.
We've started starting past.
Holy crap.
So, Matt, you asked me if I would watch sports.
Yeah, so
Twitch
TJ and I were looking at the
broadcaster.
browsing category to see what's
Poppin'?
popular, and right now special events is popular, and it's basically all people like broadcasting this football game and then doing a little commentary over it.
Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. I'm actually really interested in that. So I noticed this last Thursday night, football night, that they had the football game was just on there. And so you're allowed to just stream that and comment over it.
It seems like
I feel like
Prime
that would be illegal.
because there's an official Prime Video stream of it. So it
Yeah.
seems like Twitch has a special deal set up. But I know that other channels have been like blocked for doing the same thing with other live events.
Well, I got to imagine that's not the case with this because Tim the Tat Man
Yeah.
has 22,000 viewers, and I doubt that he would have that many if he was going to. Can we live tweet live Twitch commentate the President Trump rally in Dallas, Texas?
No, I thought you were gonna say live commentate Tim the Tat Man's commentary of the football game.
Yeah, it looks like people must be able to do this. I wonder if you have to you're required to do that, if that makes sense. Like required to.
I mean, Sinister has it going for 76 people.
I suppose. I mean, I feel like I would like to watch that, but I would actually rather do that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You don't want to hear like the football game and then the commentators and then the Twitch commentary on top of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really no. I do it.
What I'm
Still,
really
like, funny.
interested in is this guy has a 24/7 stream of a pressure tank gauge.
Oh yeah.
What? Where's that?
It's a few rows down. The pressure is right about 36 psi right now.
Yeah, the Twitch channel is just called Pressure Tank Gauge.
Yeah. So I thought unintended streams like this were not allowed, but they must have changed that. And it's listed under the special events.
This is a special event.
One thing I never will get is watching people play Dungeons and Dragons.
That's number 6 right now.
I could never watch that because I play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And
I like
also
the McElroy brothers version of it, but I don't know that without their particular brand of comedy that I would be interested in it.
Yeah.
And the fact that they took it and they took it away from like a D&D game and turned it into like an actual collaborative story that they developed over time.
Yeah. I will mention though that the Dungeons and Dragons streaming to watch has got to be extremely boring unless you have it set up to hand wave a lot of the game mechanicsy stuff, because the game mechanicsy stuff takes time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're in combat, you're like, okay, what ability should I pick? How do I position this? Like if you watch a lot of these, like the Macro Brothers and stuff, they streamline combat. You know what I mean? They're making it very simple, like because they don't, it's more about storytelling.
A ton of editing.
Yeah, exactly. So watching it live seems crazy. I would also say that Dungeons and Dragons is on Twitch. It has 49,000 viewers. right now.
Almost all-
48.2 of
Yeah.
them are on one channel.
Yeah.
So it's really feast or famine when it comes to this.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What the heck is this Legends of Runeterra?
But the thing is that you can play whatever you want. Like you if you want to play Dungeons and Dragons, you're a nerd guy, you can do that.
Legends of
do it.
Runeterra looks like a card game, so maybe people are like, "Oh, fuck Hearthstone, let's watch this instead."
Oh, watching
Yeah,
it gives you
Disguised,
in-game drops.
Disguised
So-
Toast is streaming it and stuff. He's a Hearthstone guy. Trump
So-
SC.
I have a feeling this is actually run by, like, this was made by Twitch Amazon because of the fact that it offers in-game drops by watching it.
Offers. How is that? That seems like cheating. That seems
And little-
like.
Let alone the entire name is just a ripoff of anything people would watch. Legends of, that's kind of going to pull from League of Legends or Legend of Zelda. You've got Rune from RuneScape. You've got Terra from, well, Tera. Terra is more popular right now.
Yeah. I'm also looking at World of Warcraft is still streaming with a pretty good 30,000 people. And it is approximately like 90% WoW Classic that's happening right now.
Oh, of course.
Like I do see some Chinese streamer streaming a Mythic raid and BFA, but like most of it is Classic
But
at this point.
I'd imagine that even the retail players are going to want to watch people playing Classic right now.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, because it's hot. It's
Exactly.
Legends of Runeterra is free to play and made by Riot Games.
new. Ah,
Made by
yes.
League of Legends guys.
Wait, what? Wait
not-
a minute.
Yeah.
So they're going from Blizzard, who is owned by Activision,
Yep.
because they are mad that Hearthstone guy said that the Hong Kong people deserve to have their voices heard and freedom of speech. And they're going to Riot Games, who's I believe a majority owned by China.
Well, yeah,
By
that's
I
just
think
my expectation. But what it also could be is all of the big card game streamers have like a deal with Riot.
Very possible. Very, very,
to
very possible.
like stream. We'll pay you X amount of money to stream like for a week or whatever.
I mean,
Yeah, I think it's funny, but it's just like, yeah, you do realize that a lot of these places are in trouble.
that's also what I mean, those deals with whatever. I also imagine that's what's going to happen with all those mobile gacha game players for whatever mobile gacha game is the top of the pops currently, which I don't see one, at least in the first few rows.
Yeah, I used to play a lot more free mobile games, so I would see these shitty ads, and
Yep.
just like the ad with some streamer that I've never seen before, like being super excited about this super generic looking mobile game. Like, dude, like people actually stream mobile games, right? That's not just something
Yeah.
they're making up for the ad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
why
people do
why
stream
would you
mobile
watch
games.
that?
I watched people streaming Puzzles and Dragons way back when.
Puzzles and Dragons. Is that the one that's like a ad, like put 3 dragons next to each other and they make a bigger dragon?
Well, it's kind of a match. Oh, everything's falling down behind me. It's kind of a match 3 game, but the mechanic of the match 3 isn't just swap to adjacent spots. You actually can do like a long drag, and it will keep swapping as you move the one piece. But like, let's say you have currently like 3 red monsters, a blue monster, and a green monster. When you match when you match groups of red, all of your red monsters attack. You match groups of blue, all of your blue monsters attack, etc., etc.
Okay.
So you have to actually kind of strategize with what pieces you got going as well. But I'm looking at here. Jackbox Party Pack 6 is out now.
It just came out.
I've not. I mean, I heard they were making it because it's. I don't want to say down the street, but it's in the city. I at my old GameStop. I was. I don't want to say friends, but one of my customers is one of the people over at Jackbox. But I don't live close enough to be able to do any game testing. But he did ask.
Nice.
Just never had the time.
It is currently
wanna play it.
17% off on Steam.
How much is it then total?
$24.89.
Cool. All right. Byte fans, I'm looking at you right now. So for all the audio listeners, I'm looking directly into your ears. Daddy needs a sponsor. Can you sponsor me a copy of Jackbox Party Pack 6? If not, it's okay. But if you can, double thumbs up.
Yeah. Buy
And we
it
can
for
stream it.
TJ on Wish, and then he'll give you his snap for some sexy snaps.
I'll wear a deep V.
Is that how the internet works now? I think so.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
So, John, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to?
Because I can't just keep looking through the browsing of Twitch, because this will last the entire episode.
Yeah, man. Yeah, fuck off, TJ. God damn it.
I'm just looking at these new Jackbox games. They look pretty cool.
I was just jacking off box.
Yes.
Oh, I saw that Reddit post of the Jackbox.
Did you ever get a Jackbox? You get that? The joke? Is it called the Jackbox? It's like... Anyway, let's talk about what I've been doing. I got a stove delivered today. I got a new stove oven. Isn't it great?
This sounds exciting.
It was supremely exciting. TJ, stop fucking with your goddamn mic. That's all I can hear.
I just took off my...
I know,
yeah,
but you can hear that through the mic. There's no sound dampening. You cannot
Maybe I
touch
shouldn't
your
do
head.
this?
You
Okay.
can't. You literally, if you do that, we can hear it.
Tell
Think
me
you're
about
being
your
stealthy.
goddamn stove, John.
So I got a new stove because my stove that came with this home that we purchased was older than I am.
Okay.
So
So you
did
got
not have
gas.
any electronic? No gas. Gas is not hooked up. It's
Okay,
electric.
fair enough.
Electric only. I'd have to pay for a new hookup. No, so I got I got electric stove. It's the like ceramic cooktop, with the glass.
Mhm.
It's got it's convection, true European convection. It's called.
Now, what makes it European?
Yeah, so
Is it
interesting.
topless?
Yes. There's a big pair of titties inside my oven at all times. No, so convection. You know what convection is in an oven?
Yeah, it's like air circulation.
Yes, correct.
Heat.
It's air circulation. It's basically a fan in the oven so that the air doesn't just sit, and so there aren't like hot and cold spots. So the air is
It's like
circulating
the
in oven.
3 ways of heat oven from 30 Rock.
Sure. I don't remember. But anyway, the European convection means that the fan that does the heat circulation has its own heating element.
Ooh.
So it ensures that heating. Convection just means that things cook faster because the air is moving. But you
Yeah,
also
and they
can't-
cook better because
more evenly
otherwise you just have the heat coming from the bottom.
or to end top, but it alternates usually. So it's not really you don't have surrounding your food with heat basically. One problem with convection though is that you can't cook everything with convection. So baking, you don't want to use convection because the extra heat will
Kill
affect,
yeast.
well it'll affect the exposed parts of your baked goods.
Okay.
So if you have a loaf coming out, it's going to hit that top real hotter than it normally would.
Oh,
which
and
will
then it'll crust
limit
over.
the rise.
and then
so
it
it'll limit
can't,
the rise. Correct. If you want things to rise, they have to be done without the convection. But you turn it on and off. So I have the option. So I christened it by making a frozen pizza today. Only the
Nice.
best for my brand new oven. It was a fancy, expensive frozen pizza. It was the, I think they're Latza Matza by Palermo's they make now. And it was a mac and cheese pizza. Very good.
A mac and me pizza.
A mac and me pizza. It had a little alien in it and a kid in a wheelchair.
And a bunch of McDonald's.
And a bunch of McDonald's references. So that's one thing I did. And then my wife and I watched a movie called You Were Never Really Here.
Is that about my life?
Yeah, I'd hope not, based on the plot. You're never really here. So it was at the Cannes Film Festival in 2017, and then it got released in the U.S. by Amazon. It stars the Joker,
Which one?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay.
Um, it's just like it's a thriller horror, no, psychological action thriller is what it's called. That's just like Joe. Here's the plot. Joe, who is the main character,
Who is the Joker?
Played the Joker, played by Joaquin Phoenix. He plays a traumatized hired gun who rescues trafficked girls using brutal methods against their captors. He cares for his elderly mother in his childhood home in New York City. He has flashbacks of the abuse he and his mother faced from his violent father, and well as his brutal past in the military and FBI. And he's troubled by suicidal thoughts. He's a really fucked up guy. So he comes home one night and he's seen by Moises, the son of Angel, who acts as a middleman between Joe and his handler, John McCleary. Joe tells McCleary the Angel knows his address and might pose a security risk. McCleary assigns Joe a new job. A New York state senator has offered a large sum of money to discreetly rescue his abducted daughter. He gives Joe the address of a brothel for wealthy patrons. So basically,
it's in the
Epstein's
pizza place.
home. No, it's the Epstein mansion, sent via an anonymous text. So he stakes out the brothel, and he wants to rescue the daughter. It's really fucked up. It's actually really cool. It's shot when he goes into this brothel. It's shot only not all, but mostly through like the security camera photos, like video,
Okay.
like is cutting between them as he's going through the house. So that's really cool. And he rescues this girl, and let's just say the plot goes from there, and things go wrong in every way, and it's kind of just really, it's really good. I like the movie a lot. It was very good. It is very artsy in the fact that it's a movie that is directed by someone who's a very good director, Lynn Ramsey. So the camera does like directory things, It's like great shots and interesting angles and like
lots of oneers.
Acting. What?
Lots of oneers.
Yeah, sure.
Lots of long one shots.
Yeah. Oh yeah, all over. But no, it's really good. It's really well shot. The music's incredible. It won some Cannes Film Festival awards for. I mean, the Joker won Best Actor in the Cannes Film Festival, and it won Best Screenplay, but it didn't win the Palme d'Or, which the Joker did this year at the Cannes Film Festival. No, but the music in it's incredible. Like the soundtrack is like a lot of like menacing classical style music and like discordant like strings and like purposely like messed up sounding orchestral music, I guess.
It looks like it won both Best Music and Best Sound from the British Independent Film Awards.
Sure. Yeah, it was great. Like it's great. It's a cool film. It's free on if you have Prime. But it's directed by the person who directed We Need to Talk About Kevin on Ramsey. I don't know if you've seen that. That's on my list of movies to watch.
He's a school shooter, right?
Yeah. So real fun movie she directs. Human trafficking, school shooting.
Yeah.
But it was very tense. I think the description I had heard of this movie was this movie is basically just 90 minutes of just pure menacing tension. And that would be accurate as to what that movie was like. So, but what won the Palme d'Or? The Square in 2017. What else didn't win? Killing of a Sacred Deer, which is also on my list. Yorgos Lanthimos.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one.
I like watching movies. What was The Square? I think I heard of The Square. Satirical movie written. What country is this from? Tell me. Denmark. Germany. It's German. German? Swedish.
Sweden, Germany, France, Denmark. It says.
Wait, it says country with this movie: Sweden, Germany, France, Denmark. So okay,
Yep.
takes place all over in Europe. Got it.
Language: Swedish, English, and Danish.
Oh, Dominic West stars in it, as did Elizabeth Moss. So it's just all over the place. Huh. Anyway, I'm just getting into watching a lot of movies lately, if that makes sense. Like, I just want to, like, I don't know. I feel like I just watch shitty stuff now. So, no, but like, I feel like I'm lazy with my watching. Like right now, like I'll go home during lunch, for my lunch hour, and I'll be like, I'm just gonna watch some fucking YouTube videos of like people playing games and stuff.
Yeah.
Or
I'll either
watch
do that,
Twitch
or I'll just like start rewatching something that I've already seen 100 times.
And so, like, I'm really trying to push myself to watch new stuff more.
Because this is how like oldness happens. You're like, no, I'm just gonna keep listening to the same music and watching the same movies.
It's full iPod syndrome.
Yeah.
But the movie is really good. And I talked about Downsizing, I think, on the podcast, right? Did I rant about how good that was?
Yeah, I think you did.
Did I just yell about that at my wife?
I don't know. You're just always yelling.
I know. I'm a rant boy. But anyway, like Downsizing is a movie that really was like a movie that is Alexander Payne, who's like one of my favorite directors. He did Election, About Schmidt, like lots of other really good movies that are some of my favorites. And then I heard that the reviews were like, meh, like, and not great. And so I held off on watching it, like I'm just going to watch some fucking YouTube videos of people playing dumbass games and shit and like not real interesting artistic content. Not that stuff's bad. I enjoy watching it and it's fun, but I feel like I also need to make time to watch like serious capital F films, and I'm glad I watched that. It was really good. I feel like I didn't talk about this on the podcast. What did I tell you the plot of it? Do you guys know anything about Downsizing?
Matt Damon gets real tiny.
Oh dang! You know one of the plot points.
He goes to the subatomic level to try and rescue the wasp.
Yeah. No, I don't want to rant about it on the podcast because I'm really.
I swear I remember you doing that now that I'm hearing these plot details.
See, but the plot details you're giving are the surface level stuff the movie didn't end up being about.
I know you basically talked about it being kind of an allegory for
good.
Let's put all the poor people in the small place because there's less resources.
Yes, thank you.
Because once you downsize, you can't come back.
Yes, I did rant about this now. Yes, about how the movie. The thing is, the reason that movie got dunked on so much, and the reason I didn't watch it, and I should have just not listened to critics, although the critical consensus was split. But like, is that movie ends up starting as like what you think is going to be like a comedy, and then turns into a still fun but much more like social commentary sci-fi.
Yeah.
And I wanted just to augment what I talked about, because this is a completely different theory or thing entirely. But sci-fi is probably like my favorite genre of fiction. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is a classic sci-fi book. It's like the original first sci-fi, science being the base of the story, basically a future scientific breakthrough advancement being the key to the story. That's what science fiction is. It's fiction that takes place thanks to science that does not exist yet, basically future. And that's an incredible book. Like, if you haven't read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, read it. It's about this Frankenstein guy who's a monster. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, and he makes a monster too. Get it?
Dr. Victor Frankenstein
makes the real monster.
Artificial life, and
knowledge is knowing that the monster, or that Frankenstein was a monster, and wisdom is knowing that Frankenstein was the monster.
Yeah, I read that book for a college class.
Somewhere.
I read that book in college, and it's incredible. And fucking Mary Shelley, a woman, invented an entire genre of fiction that is pretty much dominated by men. In terms of writing. But
look, John, anyway. I don't know what kind of revisionist history you're kind of trying to do, but you're never going to make my Ghostbusters women, okay?
That's true. Fair enough. That's more fantasy than sci-fi, although there is some science to it. So it's weird. It's a mix of sci-fi and fantasy. But anyway, science fiction is one of my favorite genres. But I think the problem that people have is that science fiction tends to be stories that are about the science, if that makes sense. Like the whole plot of most science fiction stories that you watch in a movie or a book or something is, here's the science fiction conceit. This entire piece of media has to do with that conceit. Like for
what's
instance,
an example?
Well, like Frankenstein. So Frankenstein's about a guy who can bring back things to life, and it's all the consequences of that.
Okay.
Like you don't see a science fiction often where the main point of what you're watching has nothing to do with the scientific advances. I'm trying to think of other good examples. I'm on the spot here, and I wish I would have thought of some more. But I think the main problem with Downsizing is that it uses science fiction to take you somewhere, but that is not the main point of the movie. Like it uses that construct to shine a light on a very human thing, if that makes sense.
I mean, I think the best sci-fi does that.
Yeah,
where even if the science is kind of part of it, you point the finger at the people that are the problem, and how societal constructs will are still like that today. It's just if you add this scientific feature to it, this is why it would make it even worse.
Yeah,
but things are still bad.
Yeah, no, I mean that's I'm not even articulating this great. I just need to write out a script to do like a 50-minute YouTube video where I describe. That's what people do now, right? You like talk about a movie for 50 minutes.
Yeah, but you have to talk about why it sucks.
I mean,
it sucked. Ugh.
And here's why.
Do I need to describe the plot synopsis of the short story and short video, The Cold Equations?
Yes, you do.
Yeah. No. Oh no,
it's fine. It's actually a great short story. I highly recommend it. I don't know who wrote it though.
I don't want to rant. Yeah, I don't want to rant too much about that. But I was trying to think of like, why did people not like this? And I get it, because the movie is not. It wanted to be one thing at the start, and then it turned into something else. And I think that was part of why it was built that way.
So it's interesting that you like. I don't know. Just hearing you talk about, because now I'm remembering that I heard a Dollop episode about like the sort of the historical basis of this and sort of like what really inspired it. And their complaint was that it had been too, like the message of the real world thing that they were trying to talk about had been too watered down by like the Hollywoodification of it.
I mean, I guess. So actually, that completely reminds me of the biggest problem with the movie is that the movie is the conceit of downsizing is a cure for climate change. And so in a typical sci-fi movie, it would be like, okay, the climate change is getting crazy now, and we've got to like, it becomes too like ahead. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, the fucking oceans are flooding. So even us little people have to escape. And then the whole movie's about them becoming like creating their own new society or something. That's the like science fiction genre movie. This movie decides, no, people still are worried about climate change. But the real problem is that even worrying about climate change still causes, like, it doesn't help remove people from poverty. Like it doesn't change injustices at a human level. Like you can, you know what I mean? Like it goes for like a different, deeper story, I think. Anyway, but it's incredible.
That's one thing I like about The Expanse.
Yeah,
because it's like,
I was gonna bring that up. Yeah,
we can we'll go to the stars and we'll colonize and stuff, but like we're still gonna bring all of our bullshit and classism with us. It'll just become
The Expanse
different.
is a great example of a show that is a sci-fi show, but the conceit isn't. I mean, it technically is, because the conceit of The Expanse is like colonization of planets. So the whole show's kind of about that. But it's much deeper than that. Like
on a
it's
deeper
much
level, it's about like different classes and like wealth gaps and stuff.
Yes, and I think that's what makes good sci-fi good. And that's kind of like you just to completely wrap this around. You said you saw a shirt where Frankenstein was the monster, but the real people know that the monster was the monster, but real people know that Frankenstein was the monster.
Yeah.
And that's what good sci-fi is.
Yep.
Is showing you a deeper human thing than that. Whereas like sci-fi genre fiction is stuff like Star Wars, Star Trek, where they have like just crazy fun sci-fi stuff, and then maybe you learned a lesson.
Well, yeah, and I feel like the Star Trek TV show, the original series, was definitely more heavy on the social commentary.
Yes. I guess Star Wars is what I'm thinking of. That's just a fun action movie.
And the recent Star Trek movies have been more in like the Star Wars vein of things, where it's just kind of like an adventure, like a Flash Gordon.
Yeah, serial. That just happens to be sci-fi instead of like a Indiana Jones type serial movie that's not sci-fi but more fantasy. Anyway, that's week 2 of me ranting about downsizing. Just wait for me to ruminate it on for another week, and then
now coming next.
But I do want to mention
upsizing.
I'm in love with Hong Chow, who's the lady who played the Vietnamese immigrant in that movie, and she's in a bunch of stuff, including she's going to be in the new Watchmen show, I guess.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
All right.
That's enough. I'm done ranting. Let's move on.
The important question is: should we make the world a better place?
Okay.
Or should we pass our judgment?
Okay. Ooh.
What should we start with?
All right. I think let's pass our judgment and then cleanse.
Let's tear it down before we build it back up.
Okay, perfect.
And then I have my Halloween segment that I want to get to.
Awesome. All right.
The fuck are you assholes doing?
Absolutely. So, am I the asshole? This is from 2 months ago, but I still wanted to go over it. I don't think we've gone over this in the show, but we'll go ahead and... Am I the asshole for refusing to adopt my wife's 2 kids after discovering who the real father is? All right, I'm a 35-year... All right, so I'm going to preface this with English is not my first language, but I will read this as it's written here.
Bullshit.
Can you do it in a super racist accent?
Yeah.
No, I won't. And if I do it in a super racist accent, it's going to be British for some reason, because English still should be a first language there.
Just put a bunch of extraneous U's and everything.
I am a 35 years old guy. And now I'm in Southern. I don't know. I'm a 35 years old guy, and I was lucky enough to marry my crush, 27 female, 2 years ago. We met at work where she was a receptionist for the big building my company is in. Anyway, she has 2 daughters, 6 and 7 years old. When I married my wife, I was a bit iffy at the idea of being a dad so fast and so suddenly to 2 kids that aren't mine. Yeah. But I love my wife so much, I'm willing to sacrifice my man time and a portion of my salary to take care of the kids. To be honest...
Wait, one question.
Yep.
They're not married though, right?
They're married now, yeah.
Oh, well, fuck you. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Get there.
Continue.
To be honest, I've had my ups and downs with them. Kids. And sometimes I think I'd be happier going back to my lone wolf life. But I fully know that this is my life now, and I try my best to suck it up and do what I signed up for. Back to the story. I know the kid's dad had died only from my wife's words, and I've never had reason to doubt that. It has been 2 or 3 months since she started convincing me that I should adopt them as a birthday gift for both of them. Their birthday happens in 2 consecutive days. Coincidence. I'd be fine with that. It's just paper for what I would do anyways. I agreed to that, and she said she'd get on with the documents. Well, fantastic, I thought. I like not having to do anything. What really got me suspicious is how she changed her behavior with her phone and laptop. She started putting the phone face down, and she created a totally different user for the laptop that she switches to when she's with me. I thought she was cheating, so I did what every scumbag like me would do. I spied on her. Long story short, I come to know by a very reliable source that her ex-husband isn't paying alimony anymore as he is in jail with no money to his account. The world crushed on me. First I thought the guy was dead. Now I discover he is alive, paying alimony to my wife's bank account while I was financially providing too. I confronted my wife, and she didn't deny any of it. She started crying, and she was adamant that she did that only for the kids' well-being. She was putting the alimony money her ex was giving her into an account for when the kids will be 18 years old. I have no proof of that. She also said that it was a while since she felt like I should adopt them. It was a while since she felt... Yeah,
Like
okay.
she's
Saying
felt like
she's been
that for a
thinking that
while.
for
Yeah.
a while.
Yep. As they love me and they look up to me. She was firm about stating that nothing happened with her ex-husband while she was with me. She said that her ex is dead for her by all means. She admitted that she lied, but for good purposes, as she was scared that a guy like me would be scared by her reckless past. That's not who she is anymore, as she is focused on family and on us. Now I need to find out more about her ex-husband, that's for sure. I am also furious with my wife for not trusting me enough to come clean about her past. Meanwhile, will I be the asshole if I refuse to adopt the kids? They have a dad, and he's alive. And if I state that I will retract from them all the financial support in case I decide to get a divorce.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, this is. I mean, to me, this seems
was
pretty
so
simple.
more complicated than I initially thought.
Yep.
Will he be the asshole? I will say, will he be the asshole for not adopting the kids? I'm going to say he's not the asshole.
I would say, if you're not sure if you want to stay in the relationship, don't adopt the kids.
I mean, they're married, so there's more
Right.
to it than just
But
that.
like,
Yeah.
But
also,
I mean, he brings up a good point. The thing is that here's why he's not the asshole. She is whatever. She lied to him a little bit about this. Whatever. Maybe it was just her wanting to get away from her past and make a clean break. Whatever. Understandable. She told him immediately all the things that are true, and hopefully she's not lying about that account thing. I'd get that verified. But like, if she truly has, TJ's going computery now.
Am I back?
Yeah, you got some feedback. No, I'm getting the clicking from your. You
Lovely.
touched your phone and you ruined it. He disconnected now. Matt, what are you doing?
what?
It's just the video changed entirely.
I don't know. I
What
didn't
the fuck
touch
just
anything.
happened? Are we still on Twitch?
Yeah, we are. Okay, he's back now.
Okay. Regardless, no, but what he was bringing up a bit when he was talking is, let's say she cheats on him
Mhm.
and becomes a terrible person.
Yep.
And they get a divorce. He has to pay for the kids now because they're his legally.
Yes.
So it's like, it's like another step of getting married. How old
Yep.
were the kids?
6 and 7.
Yeah, that's a long time. That's an 11-year commitment.
Yep.
11 to 12. TJ, what did you do?
Before or now?
I don't know what you did, but you like touched your phone and now it's doing the crackly thing all the time.
You guys were frozen, and that's why I touched my phone. I couldn't hear you at all.
Shouldn't have touched your phone
I shouldn't have.
because now you're getting feedback constantly. I think he just needs to not sit where he's sitting with that phone. Does that make sense? I feel like it's just on like a cord on that desk.
I don't know. I think it's like the headset or something.
Yeah, like the cord is no. I think maybe he's got the phone like resting on like the headset coming out of the jack a bit, and that might be just like causing pressure on like the cord. You know what I mean? Get what I'm saying? Like it's like
Yeah, but
got,
that's
like,
not like, it doesn't sound like a
No.
broken wire.
I mean, it sounds like a power cord over the audio cable.
Yeah, it sounds like interference.
So anyway, what were your thoughts about the asshole over here?
I think he's not an asshole if he doesn't adopt them right away. But
Yeah.
if he like takes his time and thinks about it and then decides he wants to stay in the marriage and then doesn't adopt them, that seems kind of assholey to me.
Yeah. But I mean, like, to his credit, like, he's saying, I'm already paying for the kids and like committed to paying for the kids as long as I stay in the marriage. You know what I mean? But like, the thing is adopting them makes you like legally financially bound to them until they're 18. Like, she can collect alimony from you. So it's really like, ugh. Hey, TJ.
My headphones aren't working, but
Oh,
I guess you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you
Yeah.
just fine.
That's way better.
Yeah, there's no
Here's me.
feedback now. I
Undo
really
the
think it's your
headphones.
headset that just sucks. It's getting a lot of interference with something.
Weird thing is when I touched the phone, it disconnected me from the call when I touched the phone.
Yeah, I'm saying you got like I told you many years ago when we were talking about this when it first started happening. It's like there's just like a fucking electrical field burrowing its way through your house somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
probably.
it's just dangerous.
It'll be fun to see if that happens at all at the new place, or if it's just
I
like
doubt it
you're
will.
in a cursed place right now.
Hang on.
Uh-oh. It's just a frozen screen of TJ's face. Okay, so TJ's having technical difficulties. But yeah.
So what your
Let's-
final assessment
It's
is
not the asshole, but
asshole?
I completely agree with you. He's not the asshole, but if he does want to stay committed to the marriage, I think he needs to give it some more time and maybe research some more of the options. And
So is that a
verify
no
it.
assholes here or a not enough information?
I think that's a not the asshole for the current situation.
Does not the asshole implies that somebody else is the asshole though? So it's got to be no assholes here.
Wait, really?
I think so. I think that's how that
No.
works.
No assholes here means like maybe there's multiple assholes. Look at TJ here.
No, that's
Yes.
everybody's the asshole.
He's muted. We're muted. I see something's muted. He's covered himself.
He's muted.
Up. He's disrobing now, so he's covered the camera with his hand.
Yep.
Oh, he knocked it over.
He's Buffalo Billing.
Nonsense. Oh, he disconnected. He touched his phone and disconnected. TJ, your fucking setup. Oh, nope, the feedback's back.
Oh, lovely.
Louder than ever. It's completely
this better?
gone. Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's just that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you should
what
just
happened.
throw that microphone
know.
away.
Oh my god. Both my monitors turned off because I hadn't touched the computer in so long. That's how good of a discussion we had. I wasn't clicking around and looking at anything.
Can you guys hear me though?
I could actually hear you perfectly fine. Let's just do
Okay.
it this way for the rest of the episode.
Okay, so that's the microphone of the thing. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I had
Yeah,
headphones
you didn't
on
want
because-
everyone blasting me saying "fuck, fuck, fuck."
Fuck. Hail Satan, hail Satan.
No, the words "new place."
Oh,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they think you're moving to
It's
down
just
the
it's a
street.
new band. It's a new boy band called The New Place.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, yeah. Not the asshole means the other party is the asshole.
Okay.
No assholes here is nobody's asshole. Everybody's shitty here, or everyone sucks here. That's everyone's the asshole.
I will say not the asshole because she's kind of the asshole for lying to him in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
I
you
mean,
get
I
married,
guess like
You
the
can't go into a marriage lying about your ex-husband being dead and he's not dead.
that and like the cagey like laptop stuff is kind of assholey.
Yeah. Well, and it was just because she didn't want him to find out about this while she got the paperwork, because I'm sure she had to send him the paperwork to give up rights to the kids and
Yeah.
that. But like
Well,
the
yeah, and
guy,
it was probably just like, well, I already lied about my ex being dead, so I can't let him find out about this. So it's just like the lie compounds and becomes worse.
Yeah.
but she fessed up. So I would say not the asshole, but if she continues to be truthful and is earnest and you want to stay committed, you probably should adopt the kids.
Yeah. And at the end of the day,
Because
that's
this is
also
what's best for them.
that was the overall judgment was not the asshole.
Wait,
Top-
was that the overall judgment on Reddit or the overall judgment on
No.
the Twitter?
Reddit, because I don't pull it from Twitter.
Oh man,
You'd think Reddit would be like, divorce her. Fuck that
Reddit
bitch."
is so awful with responses to these. Usually,
On,
they always blame the women. They always blame kids. It's always they're the problem.
on our ships, on relationships, I get that. 100% get that.
Yeah,
But this has not been bad. I mean, the top comment is, not the asshole sounds like she's trying to get you in a position where you'd be legally obligated to pay if you ever get divorced. Sounds to me like she's trying to take advantage of you. The fact that she would lie about her ex being dead in order to cover up the fact that she's getting financial support makes it seem like that she has ulterior motives.
yeah,
You know, it's
fair
and
enough.
even the second top comment, which I had to scroll down past. It's someone who actually did not even give a judgment. This is a bigger issue than am I the asshole? I'm thinking you need a better forum.
Yeah.
You know.
It does seem like there's some like communication issues in the relationship that need to be worked out.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys, do you guys want to hear some fun, some of my fun stories?
Sure, and then we'll save the world later. You first.
Yeah, because I want to get in this. All right, boys. We're talking about my new segment for Halloween. It's called Death in Disneyland. So I found a Wikipedia article that is a list of incidents that happened at Disney World. Death at Disney World.
Nobody dies in Disney World, John. Everybody knows
That's not
that.
true. Let's talk about the first one that I have here. On April 30th, 2005, a 30-year-old man from Mooresville, Indiana, lost consciousness shortly after exiting the ride, the ride Dinosaur from Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
He died from a heart attack moments later. Investigators showed the ride was operating correctly and was not the cause of his death. He had an artificial pacemaker. You're going to see a theme with these.
Okay.
And that is a lot of rides tell you that if you have a heart condition or a pacemaker, that you should not ride the ride. Let's see here. That was not one. Here we go. Exactly. Thank you. They're not all deaths though. Some of these are just people getting hurt. But I like the idea of like Disney World. It seems like a place that is so clean that there could be problems. But that's a death.
Well, they do. They have like a system of underground tunnels throughout the park. So if somebody is like in the process of dying, they'll whisk them out of public view like immediately.
Mm-hmm. There's some. This is sadder than I thought. All right, well, let's get to it. On May 16th, 1995, a 4-year-old girl from Galveston, Texas, with a known heart condition passed out during the ride of the Body Wars attraction in the Wonders of Life Pavilion at Epcot Center. The ride was stopped immediately, and paramedics airlifted her to Orlando Regional Medical Center, where she was pronounced dead. An autopsy was inconclusive. Jesus Christ!
What?
An autopsy was inconclusive as to whether the ride had aggravated her condition. Again,
if you have a heart condition, don't. If your kid has a heart condition, don't bring them on a fucking ride.
But it was a previously known, I think they said, known heart condition. But like, it's Body Wars, so like, the thought is that this 4-year-old child is haunting Epcot right now.
Oh, is that the one that's like what, like a movie screen and the chairs move and you like go throughout the body? I think that's what Body Wars is. I think I remember that ride.
Yeah. You'll see that most of these are people having heart attacks. Or just people that are old. Okay, here's one. This is in the Wikipedia article. On November 21st, 1984, husband and wife, along with their 1-year-old daughter, were killed, and 2 other children were injured when the single-engine plane they were flying crashed while attempting an emergency landing in the Epcot parking lot.
I feel like that one's not Disney's fault.
I know. Here we go. On January 14th, 1986, bodies of a 33-year-old man and woman were discovered floating in a retention pond after they drove their car down an embankment and into the water during a heavy rainstorm days earlier. Authorities speculate the 2 attempted to escape the vehicle through the driver's side window as it sank into the 6-foot deep water. The vehicle's lights and windshield wipers were found in the on position, leading authorities to believe the driver lost visibility during the rainstorm, jumped a curb, and slid down the embankment into a pond. So 2 people drowned in the parking lot of Epcot Center.
How'd you do it, dog?
They didn't. So if you do, so just a tip: surviving. If you land in water, roll your windows down immediately, because once they get covered in water, the pressure will be so great you won't be able to open the door.
Well, I mean, otherwise you have to wait for the car to fill up.
To equalize, yes. But in that case, the problem with waiting for that to equalize is, what if the damage to the door makes it so you can't open it? Then you're fucked.
Yeah, then you need one of those little hammers. Those special window hammers.
Yeah, the number one key for any time. So like I think about this anytime I go on a bridge, because I'm an insane person, is that the number one thing is if something happens in your boat, your car, and it is headed towards the water, open the windows immediately. Just number one thing, get the windows open. Because that'll save your life. And take your seatbelt off.
And also don't drive into water.
The key is get out of the car as quickly as possible, because that will go to the bottom faster and further than you can get back up. Yeah, so that's some Disney. Let's find the Magic Kingdom. Let me find a good one. Thank you. There's a lot of really old people and a lot of really young people. We're getting a lot of.
It's almost like that too visits Disney the most.
I know. All right, here we go. This is awful. Here's a good one. This is like, this happened at Disneyland. This must be Disneyland. 1977, right? No way that was Disney World. This is lying to me. Yeah, Orange County. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
August 11th, 1977. A 4-year-old boy from Dolton, Illinois, drowned in the moat surrounding Cinderella Castle.
Why are you guys laughing?
Why don't you put a sound effect of a toilet right now, Matt? The family sued Disney for US $4 million and won. However, the jury found the parents. That was a really long one.
I know.
$4 million and won. However, the jury found that the parents were half liable for allowing the boy to climb over the fence while playing, and reduced the settlement to $2 million. This is a good one. February 14, 2006, a 70-year-old man was injured as he became pinned underneath one of the ride's vehicles after falling from the conveyor belt. He was taken to Orlando Regional Medical Center with injuries considered non-life-threatening. Man pinned under Peter Pan's flight. I mean, like, who wants to be this 77-year-old woman from Minnesota who lost consciousness and died after riding the Pirates of the Caribbean ride?
That's how I want to go. Wait, was it the old one or the new one?
2005, so probably the old one.
All right, that's how I wanted to go.
Yeah, because
now I can't die.
No,
that's new.
That was probably pre the new one, because the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie had come out in like 2004, 2003.
And I think the redesign of the ride was actually fairly recent.
Yeah.
You know, there's Disneyland has the Haunted Mansion, and I guess they have a problem with people bringing ashes to throw in the Haunted Mansion.
Yep.
And every time it happens, it's like code gray or something. And they just have to completely shut that down, vacuum everything out, throw away the person's ashes.
All right, Jack Sparrow was added to the Pirates ride in 2006, so it was an old ride.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. So it was right before.
Now, when did they remove the sex slave auction?
It was probably 2006-ish.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I got a good one, boys. In 1998, a 37-year-old man was hit in the head by a falling object. This is on Space Mountain. Falling object. His left arm was paralyzed, and he suffered from short-term memory loss, losing his job in the process. 2 objects were discovered at the bottom floor of Space Mountain: a camera and a candle from Frontierland.
Huh.
So some fucking person dropped some items out of their cart and it hit someone on the head. and paralyzed a man.
Yeah.
An arm.
I remember hearing that the Six Flags, the one in Illinois, there was somebody that jumped the fence on the Batman ride, which is one where your legs dangle down to get their hat, and they ended up colliding with somebody's leg, and like they died instantly. And the woman who was on the ride, her leg just completely shattered, like a million pieces. So I think what we're learning here is don't jump fences at amusement parks.
I've got a good one here. Here's a real fucking good one. Splash Mountain, November 5th, 2000. A 37-year-old man from St. Petersburg, Florida, was fatally injured while trying to exit the ride vehicle while it was moving. He told fellow passengers that he felt ill and attempted to reach one of the attraction's marked emergency exits. He was struck by the following ride vehicle and died at a local hospital. So he fucking got out of one of the log plume logs and was like wading through the water to get to the emergency exit, and another log plume ride vehicle ran into him. This reminds me of the most fucked up thing that what was the loop de loop ride where the kid died? The water park?
Is it
It was in Kansas.
Action Park?
Correct. No, this is the water slide at the Schlitterbahn, Kansas City water park. Here's the headline of this Wikipedia article: Verrückt water slide. It was a water slide at the Schlitterbahn, Kansas City water park. It was permanently closed after decapitating a 10-year-old.
That'll do it.
So, if you know what Verrückt is, it was a 168-foot, 7-inch tall. It was the tallest water slide when it opened in 2014. It was designed by park co-owner Jeff Henry after he told a Travel Channel film crew covering a 2012 trade show that he was opening a big new ride next summer. And they did like a Travel Channel like series where they like were inventing like this coaster basically. And basically the idea was it was a water coaster. So you could have a huge drop and then you would go up an incline with like water jets to keep you moving, and you would go down a second drop.
Yeah.
So what happened? So this ride is incredibly dangerous for one.
Yeah, because there's no top on it. Like
there is a top on it, and that is the problem. That is where your head gets cut
where?
off.
Because where I'm seeing it looks like it's just completely open where the ramp is.
Yes, no, they were forced to put netting cover over the top. So what happened is that each ride vehicle had to be basically precisely weighed out. So you had to be within a certain weight so that when it went down, so they would weigh you in your cart and say if you're okay to go, basically. So you'd have to like mix and match groups to hit like the correct weight. So like me, I'm a big guy. They'd probably have to put me with two small children, which is what happened in this ride. Where there's these two women had this 11-year-old put in their cart because they had room, weight wise for this little kid to go on. And so they went down the ride. He was in the front. And I don't know what happened with the vehicles, but they were a little squirrely, and it went up the ramp and it got too high because I think they were too light. The jets pushed them up too high. And the kid's head hit the netting, and it had like metal rails that are holding the netting up. It cut his head off. And then if you see pictures, if you look this up, there's like pictures of the ride. It's just like blood trailing down the ride. And like they said, the two people that were in the ride with the kid were like scarred for life.
They had a bad day?
Yeah. So I watched like a whole special about this and how incredibly the two women were also injured in the incident. One suffered a broken jaw, the other suffered a facial bone fracture and needed stitches because I think their whole cart went up in the airborne. And
so any water slide that has a ramp shape just never made sense to me because there's nothing holding you down. You're not in like a track.
Yeah. So the thing I learned about this watching this is that one of the problems is with safety legislation for water park and amusement park rides vary from state to state. So what they were able to build in Kansas is something you might not be able to build in other states because they have different requirements. Number two, the people that were required to do the testing to make sure rides are safe it's self done, and so they like did some testing. We're like, yeah, it's good enough, because that's the free market,
Yeah.
Like we don't need regulations, because why would a park ever want to endanger a kid? Because they would go out of business. So they're going to do their own testing because they want to remain safe. There were criminal charges. They indicted the director of operations in 2018. The criminal charges were dismissed earlier this year because they just didn't have enough evidence, I guess, to prove that the people were actually. I mean, obviously, they didn't want this to happen. Nobody wanted it to happen, but it's just negligence. Especially because the engineers are basically saying that they need better design, and that the way that they had those netting things designed, that if you hit that going at full speed, which is around 70 miles an hour when you're at that point, if you were to hit that, you would definitely lose a limb because it's just too strong. You know what I mean? Like the metal is too rigid. Yeah, so it was demolished in 2016 after the thing was closed. So anyway, so safety park rides, not so safe, huh?
Yeah. There's I'm trying to remember the name of the documentary, but there's a documentary about Action Park, which is notoriously dangerous.
So there isn't a documentary about Action Park. There's a couple short ones, but Matt, there is a full-length documentary being made right now about it. Actually, I saw that there's like there's been a couple like short, like small documentaries written about it. There's a full-length like whole story being done about that. So.
Yeah, there's a fictionalized movie too starring Johnny
Action
Knoxville.
Park. I think it's called Action Park.
Right?
Right?
Action Park is the real place, but the fictionalized one, they changed the name to something else. Colloquially called Traction Park because it injures everybody.
Minnie Mouse. On June 7th, 2009, a 60-year-old man from Cressona, Pennsylvania, touched the cast member dressed as Minnie Mouse while he was visiting the Magic Kingdom.
And did he die?
No.
Oh, okay.
He groped like Minnie Mouse.
An assault? Okay.
So just don't. Watch out. If you're a character, watch out. Some old fucking boomer is gonna like put his hand up your skirt.
Good segment.
In March 2010, at Cosmic Ray's Starlight Cafe, a 4-year-old boy from San Diego, California, suffered severe burns to his face and neck after being scalded by a tray of hot nacho cheese.
Best way to go.
Yeah, that's how I want to go. I changed my mind.
The accident occurred when the boy sat down to his dinner in an unstable chair and grabbed a food tray to prevent himself falling, resulting in the cheese falling off the food tray and into his lap. Parents of the child sued Disney, with their attorney claiming that the cheese should not have been that hot, and Disney made no effort to regulate and monitor the temperature of the nacho cheese being served to young children. Yep, here it is. The Disney representative commented on the incident. This unfortunate child was injured. We just received notice of the lawsuit and we're currently reviewing it. The family settled out of court. Disney paid them. Yeah. It's exactly what happened with the McDonald's hot coffee lawsuit, where they were not monitoring the heat of their food.
If you just, like, imagine like scalding temperatures and then sort of like the sticky thickness of nacho cheese, it's like napalm. It's napalm. Yeah,
like fuck. All right, here we go, boys. We got one final one here. On August, it's a small world after all. It's a dead world after all. On August 18th, 1994, a 6-year-old girl from Miami, Florida, fell out of one of the ride's boats while it was in the loading area. Orange County authorities believe the incoming boat struck her after the fall. The girl suffered a broken hip, broken arm, and a collapsed lung.
And didn't die?
She didn't die.
Awesome.
She took her to the hospital and she was able to recover fully from her injuries successfully. But on December 25th, 2014, a 22-year-old woman lost consciousness after riding the attraction. She later died. The woman had a pre-existing condition.
After riding It's a Small World?
All I'm gonna say is that if you got a pre-existing condition where riding "It's a Small World" will fuck you up, you probably shouldn't go to the park because that's like the most basic ass ride they got.
Yeah, unless if it's like intense fear of
I'm just
little doll
thinking
people.
of the absolute horror of dying on "It's a Small World" after all. That's the worst place to die, right?
For you or for the people that have to deal with your corpse? Because the worst place to die for the people that have to deal with your corpse is on an airplane.
Really?
Yeah. Because like you just get put into a cabinet. Like there's no I guess on some of the bigger like transatlantic flights there's like designated space
They got
for
a
that,
coffin?
but otherwise you just get kind of like shoved into the snack cabinet until you land.
Ooh. Do they have the resort hotel I stayed at when I was at Disney? I want to see if someone Boardwalk Inn. That's where I stayed.
I stayed at the
Oh.
sports ball one.
I think the Boardwalk Inn's the one I stayed at, right? That's the like Bayou one.
That makes sense.
That looks right. Boardwalk Inn. Where's that? Tell me.
I don't remember.
Disneyland. Disney World.
That was our
Boardwalk
water park.
Entertainment Disney District. Where is this? Is it actually in Disney World? I don't know. I stayed at a thing that was like very much like New Orleans themed. Is that right? Any thoughts?
I think when I went in like 95 or whatever, there was like a
We
New
were at
Orleans
Disney World at
themed-
the same time.
That's what I was saying. I think there was a New Orleans themed parade that I went to.
Ooh.
So
There
I
was
think
a-
it was just like New Orleans themed that year or so.
All right, I'm gonna find it. Port Orleans Resort. That's probably the one we stayed at. Right? Where did I go? This is definitely at
Port Orleans seems like the most. New Orleans
Oh.
Square.
I saw an image of the inside of the lobby and it looks very familiar. So let's see if
They
somebody died in that hotel and now it's haunted.
They have two of them, French Quarter and Riverside,
Mm.
or at least two.
Oh, nobody died in that hotel.
Did anybody die in the sports hotel? I think in the tennis themed section.
The Pop Century Resort.
Oh.
I think that's it because there was definitely because they had like the pop resorts are their like cheapest resort. I think.
Yeah,
of their
that would be
property.
it then. Because we're not rich people.
Wow, man, don't sell yourself short. But this, like, the thing is though, like the cheap ones versus the expensive ones, the fucking hotel doesn't matter.
Yeah, the only
spend
difference is
so
like
little
the
time
expensive
there.
ones are like character themed.
Closer to the park, and they'll have like character themed lunches at them. But it's
Mhm.
like just go to the park, man. So it's one of the value price. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because there's like a I think there's a pool shaped like a guitar in one of these. Like
Yeah, I
places.
remember that.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Well, speaking of that pool shaped like a guitar.
Did somebody die in that one?
Wait a minute. What? Oh, this is incidents I don't want to hear about. This is terrible. A 7-year-old boy was groped by a baseball
Nope.
coach. What?
I don't want to hear about that.
I want to hear about people dying.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. On March 12th, 2013, a 13-year-old boy from Springfield, Missouri, Spanky, drowned at one of the pools.
Spanky
in the
drowned.
resort. He was swimming in the Hippy Dippy pool with some other guests, and there were no lifeguards on duty at the time the incident occurred. The boy drowned in the 4-foot section of the pool and was pulled from the water by a paramedic who tried to revive him with CPR. Wow. So a kid died in that pool. That pool in which you enjoyed, that's not the guitar pool, though. The Hippy Dippy one isn't. It's shaped like a flower.
It's shaped like a bong.
Yeah, I don't even know why we stayed at the Orleans one, but I think it's because the price difference was no, you know why? Because my parents used to book everything through a travel agent, and I'm sure that was the one they had the deal for. So
Yeah.
usually it was just like we're gonna stay at whatever one the travel agent has the deal for. And I remember it being really cool. I want to go back to Disney World, but then oh boy.
I want to go
prices.
to the Epcot drinking around the world thing.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I just want to see how much Disney packages cost.
I also
'Cause
want to
we-
do
I-
the Star Wars land.
I heard it sucks ass.
I heard that too, but I want to be a Star Wars boy.
So the Disney Star Wars land, I've heard bad reviews because basically people say that the Disney Star Wars land is a big hub where people walk around and there's like one ride and then like 3 things that make you like pay a bunch of money.
And
Like
a
the build
ton
your own
of like
lightsaber is like
souvenir
$100.
vendors.
It's like all souvenir vendors and like one ride. They have more rides, I think, being planned right now, but it's just kind of like
Yeah.
there's not much to do here, I guess. And so I think they just kind of rushed it open before they had everything built. No, because I always look at like trying to do travel through Costco. Because if you have a Costco membership, they have like deals, like vacation package deals. They always have them for Disney. But it's really expensive, guys. And like I feel like going to Disney without kids is kind of a waste. Like
You wanna borrow some kids?
no.
You wanna steal some kids?
Yeah. I don't want them to be willing. I want them to be forced to go to Disneyland.
This will be used against you in court.
What? I just want to force children to have fun at Disney World.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
No, but like if you go to like there, you got to go to like the fucking Harry Potter park and stuff. You know what I mean? The
Oh.
boardwalk. Oh no, it's the All Store Sports Resort. Is what you're thinking of?
Yeah, that's where I was.
Okay, that one's cool. It has like a giant helmet as a door. That's dumb, but also cool. I mean, I can't fault it. So the boardwalk.
I think they were just like, hey, we own ABC Sports.
And ESPN.
Let's see here. Let's look at the vacation. 5-day Disney theme park tickets with park hopper options, 5 nights and the standard view room in their boardwalk inn, which is their like medium level inn. I want to get you to guess how much this will cost with flights. So let me get ORD. Any
Okay.
class service round trip.
Yep.
Let's go for off season because I would never want to go in peak season. I think
Yeah.
off season
No.
for Disney is spring because I think a lot of people end up going in like December and November. But I think if I remember correctly, like March is pretty good, like
Okay.
spring break March. So let's do like the 1st of the March through the 6th, 1 room, 2 adults, search. Because I remember thinking about this for a honeymoon, but then life happened and
All right.
having
So for a week, right?
for a week, yes.
7 days, 6 nights.
This is including park, everything, and a rental car.
And a rental car.
Oh my god. The prices have gone up since the last time I looked into this.
Are we in the 67,000 or 6,700 yet?
No.
Okay.
But you're not-
5,000.
Yeah, it's 4,000 right now.
Uh,
And that is with economy flights from Orlando or from Chicago to Orlando. Good flights, though, actually, because it's a 6 a.m. out flight from Chicago, which is
That's not bad.
a direct. Yeah, not too bad. That's not a bad time to get to the airport. And then an 8:50 p.m. out. So that gives you the whole day. And then you get to the airport. So that's a good time as well. So that's actually pretty good airlines, I'd say. But yeah, the package includes Fast Pass, extra magic hours benefits. So you get to stay at the park later. Or go in earlier, and then of course it includes it says it includes airport service, so you can get a shuttle, I guess. But I don't think you'd want that because if you get a rental car included, Toyota Camry or similar. Nice full size car rental, nice. That's not bad because then that like gives you a chance to go around there. But $4,000, I remember looking at this maybe 2 years ago. 2 years ago, 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 2 years ago 2016-ish, 2015-ish, because I was thinking of going on a trip, and it was like $2,000. So prices have gone up. Because I think like the individual daily ticket to Disneyland is like fucking $150 or some nonsense. Right?
Yeah, something like that.
Disney?
Yeah.
That's like the thing that sucks about like ticket prices. Like they're making it so expensive that I feel like it's like bad. $115 for adults. And that's for the single ticket to the Magic Kingdom. Oh. So that's not the park hopper tickets where you can go to any park, but you wouldn't need that. I'm just saying, having been to Disney World, is you pick one of the parks to stay in all day. You don't need to be able to jump between parks during the day. There's just, you're wasting time traveling. God damn it, guys. I'm never going to Disney World. It's just going to be, it's like buying a house. You know what I mean? Like millennials, it's out of reach because each year it just gets more and more expensive. And now Disney World's going to get more and more expensive each year. I'm just never going to be able to afford that vacation.
You have to save up for one trip when you're like 60, and then you'll die.
A 2-day, 3-night trip.
Although we should go to Vegas though, man, at some point.
Okay.
Just do a group trip.
Yeah.
Vegas is cheap as fuck.
It is, as long as you don't spend all your money gambling.
Well, yeah, it's because they want you to get there to gamble.
I'd probably go to Vegas. I don't know how much it costs to get to Vegas from here. Probably not very much. Because, like, are the flights cheap too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Vegas.com. That's the thing I did it for. You can get a package. Here we go. I'm planning our trip, Matt. Ord from Chicago. Let's go. You don't want to actually go in the winter to Vegas because it's fucking freezing there.
Yeah, because it's a desert.
I learned that lesson last time we went. I had my shorts packed because we went in like February, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be fucking. Or it was January we went, and I was like, oh, we're gonna be somewhere hot. And then I was looking at the temperature before I like closed my thing, and I was like, oh, it's 40 in Vegas right now. Okay, got to bring the coat and pants. So let's do again. Let's do the first week of March, just because. Like that seems like a good time to get out of here, and it won't be absolutely fucking freezing. Let's see here. 1 room, 4 adults. Anytime, coach economy. Search. Here we go, baby. It's flights and hotel. That's the thing about Vegas is they really want you to get there. So these flight hotel packages are like subsidized by the hotel because they want you to be at their hotel.
So flight.
All right, Matt, I want to give you. Okay, so we're not going to stay at Circus because that hotel is an absolute shithole.
Okay.
We got to stay a little bit more expensive hotel, like a nicer hotel. I'm just saying. All right. So my thoughts would be Paris is good because it's right downtown next to everything. Luxor is good because it's right downtown next to everything. And I've stayed at the Luxor before, and it's nice. New York, also nice. I will say, depending on which one you choose, $440 per person for this trip, including flight and hotel.
For how long?
Insane.
For a week.
For a week.
That is the 1st through the 7th.
Wow.
That is Monday through Saturday.
That is insanely cheap. What the fuck?
I told you. It's cheap as fuck. $400 per person. That is 1 hotel room, though. It would probably be a lot more if it was 2 hotel rooms.
I can't even get a round trip flight somewhere else for that price sometimes.
I know. Well, it's because Vegas really wants you to be there. This has been sponsored by Vegas.com.
Hey, Vegas, whatever happens here stays here.
Let's see if we wanted to get separate hotel rooms because I feel like that might be better for couples. No offense, Matt. You know, we don't want to have to put a sock on the door or anything when we're in Vegas. It's okay. Yeah, the price has gone up slightly. $470 per person, so $40 more to get 2 hotel rooms. Like what? Paris,
for
Las Vegas is $500 for a full week.
So then, like,
flight, hotel, taxes, and fees. That is everything.
But then, do they get you on like food and stuff, or is it literally just the casinos that they make all their money on?
Oh no, food's cheap as fuck in Vegas. Oh my god, it's ridiculously cheap. You have like the fucking like buffet running all day, and it's like $10 for dinner, all you can eat. Like, it's because they want you to not leave, eat quickly, and go back and gamble. Yeah, so I would suggest probably we could even splurge and stay at the Mirage. That's 530, or for the whole trip per person. That's why I'm saying right now is a week in Vegas for 4 people, hotel, flights is in 2 hotel rooms is $2,000-ish for 4 plane tickets. And yeah, it's because it's cheap as hell. Anyway, yeah.
So for Christmas, John's buying me a trip to Vegas.
No.
Thank you so much.
But if you ever wanted to do that, Matt, I think Lauren has also expressed interest in wanting to go.
I would be interested. Kirsten has said that she has no interest in going to Vegas. So it'll just be my date will be
go.
TJ.
She'll go. Here's the thing. We could go. I don't know. She'd like to go to swim in a pool. Like if you go in the summer, they got lots of really nice pools to like hang out in.
Yeah.
I'm just saying Vegas has a lot of cool stuff. I want to go when we go. I want to go to the place where you shoot guns because I didn't get to do that last time and I was pissed off. Because you can pay like $50 to shoot like a Tommy gun. And I want
hell yeah. Do they have the thing like in Preacher where you pay to like wear a bulletproof vest and get shot?
I don't know if they have that, Matt.
I bet they do.
You can find
somewhere in the
I
underground.
No, but like the New York hotel is right on the strip. Like it's literally on the strip. And same with Planet Hotel or Planet Hollywood Hotel. Those are $460 per person, including flight, hotel, taxes, and fees.
Okay, so here's what we do. One of the podcasts I listen to does meetups in Vegas every like year or two. So we'll go to one of those and then I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Aha! Aha! There is a fee that they've fucking thrown in here. Matt, they fucked us with the fee.
Is it $5?
No, it's $40 a day per person. Yeah.
For what? Just living fee?
Excludes $41.95 daily resort fee. I don't know what that means. You got to tell me what this is, man.
It's probably just like access to all of the non-hotel rooms parts of the thing.
No, I know, but I don't think that's a fee that you can like get out of.
It's mandatory.
Well, that flight is probably the reason why this is so cheap. 9 p.m. flight out of Chicago. So that really kind of ruins your first day at the hotel. All right, $500 per person for the 6 a.m. flight. But then it's a 1 a.m. nonstop flight back. Jesus. Anyway, but I mean, like, depending on flights, they're only going to shift it like $100 back and forth. That's not that much. Let's go with the cheapest possible. Why not? Fuck, I just want to see what the total price would be, actually. Because it was lying to me about this fucking... Oh, yeah, of course. Tell me what the fucking actual price is, you goddamn app. With the resort charge due at hotel. Yeah. Yeah, fucking A, dude. They get you with that fee. So they were lying about this, saying all fees were included. So actually, can you do math in your head, or should I hit the calculator?
TJ can.
Okay, what are we doing?
Matt, do this math in your head. It's 2342.
Okay.
23 divided by 4.
That's
585. Yeah, that resort fee adds 500 to it. But still, I mean, we're talking resort, hotel, flight, all for under 600 a person. Is not bad for a week. We're talking about a week. We could make this 3 days, and I'm sure it's a lot cheaper because a week's a long time. I just wanted to compare it to the week Disney thing that they were doing. Yeah. So anyway, Vegas is much cheaper. It's like a third of the price of Disney if you wanted to go that. And I feel like there's more to do as an adult if you're in Vegas. Although knowing Matt, he'd probably get like arrested.
I don't think I'm that bad.
I don't know, man. You just get. I feel like Matt would end up getting trafficked.
Yeah, I would get
you
Shanghai.
You get Shanghai.
I wouldn't get sex trafficked. I'd just wake up and I'd be like a crewman on a boat somewhere.
Yeah. You're on like a barge in the Pacific.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Like,
Well,
this is
I
your
guess
life
swab the decks.
now. Yeah. You're a deckhand. Yeah, this somewhat lies. Yeah, because it definitely says includes flight, hotel, taxes, and fees, but not resort fees. It's like that's a fee. Like what
It
the
just
fuck?
includes some fees. Doesn't say includes all fees.
Regardless of that, well, like what I've said is Vegas is a very cheap vacation because they just want you to get there to gamble. And if you're like me and you don't like gamble, like I like to gamble a little bit, but I'm not going to try and like spend more than like $200.
Yeah, you're
over a
not going to
week on
convince
gambling.
yourself that you can beat the system.
No, not like TJ.
Yep.
TJ,
Yeah, you can't.
count all the cards.
TJ knows all about like the probabilities. He's a master.
And you still
All right.
can't.
All right,
feel
guys,
it.
let's wrap this up by helping someone, and then we're done.
Okay. All right. Bringing up the old Yahoo Answers.
Yahoo Answers.
Yahoo! Matt looks like he's getting a sting, so I'm waiting for him.
I don't know. I was just going to pick something
All right, you're
randomly
fine.
like this.
There we go.
No, what is that from?
Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, that sounds. It's like one of those sound effects that's so familiar from my childhood.
All right. Tips for flirting / how do I flirt ? Space ?
Okay.
So I'm assuming this person is 12 years old.
Yeah, that seems like
Guessing.
it seems
So-
about right.
So they're asking how to flirt.
Okay. There's this guy at my college. Wow, that's
Oh.
an advanced 12-year-old. Very advanced 12-year-old.
Wait. Wait, so this is a perspective of a woman or a gay man?
I don't know yet. So let's go through this.
I hope it's a gay man, but I doubt it's going to
Okay.
be that progressive.
There's this guy at my college who I'm interested in, and I think he's interested in me too. We Snapchat all the time and have conversations that last forever and frequently say goodnight to each other over Snapchat. We don't get to see each other a lot during the day because of our schedules and athletics. He's a few years older than me, but I skipped a year of college, so academically I'm ahead of him. He needs help in one of his classes, and we have planned to meet up so I can help him since we are the same major. My problem is that I have no idea how to flirt, and I'm not good at it in the slightest. What are some tips or things I can say / do in this scenario that are subtle yet still flirty?
So, like,
So
if you're
already
Snapchatting and
Snapchatting,
saying
you're
goodnight,
already flirting.
yeah, you're doing the thing
You're
already.
already doing it.
You've done it. Good job.
You're already
Success.
You're already doing it. I would say the number one thing that you
Show
need
'em
to
your
do
butt.
to show you're interested
Show your butt.
is, especially if this is
Show
a
your
woman
interest by
talking about
showing
a
your butt.
man. This guy already wants in your pants, just so you know. Like, it's already a done deal for the guy. He's just waiting for you to give him a sign. No, I think the number one is to initiate physical contact. It's fairly simple. Like,
Grab him
like
by
a-
the cheeks.
Like, grab him by, you know what, the cheeks. No, but like it's as simple as a hand on the shoulder or something, like to be like, hey, I'm okay with touching each other, if that makes sense. That like lets you
Yeah.
know, like, or you know what I mean, like
it
an arm around,
establishes like
playful touching, like, oh, you, like, you know, like a haha, you know, that's what you do, or like, oh, you got something on your face, you know, something like a touch, physical contact, but like very benign. Because then if they're okay with it, then they'll reciprocate as well. And then you kind of know, like, okay, this is more than just I want to be a study buddy relationship.
Okay.
But yeah, this dude wants to fuck you already. So it's already over. Like, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I kept it simple. If you're already Snapchatting, you're already flirting, good job. I would put thumbs up emojis, but I'm not doing this for my phone, so I don't have that.
We're not going to get any likes because of that.
I know. The number one thing is to initiate physical contact. playful touching in parentheses. This will let him know that you are more than comfortable with him.
That's it.
That's
yeah.
it.
And show him your butt.
Yeah. Show him your butthole. Actually, just get right
Just
to
a
it.
little bit. Just a little bit of the hole.
Tasteful hole shot.
Mm-hmm. Like a
I
baboon.
don't know.
That's how you know
It's
that
really
they're
weird.
interested in mating.
Like, I feel like if you have to ask if you're flirting or not, you're already kind of like a lost cause.
I
copy
don't think
this.
lost cause, but definitely inexperienced. Like,
Because like I feel like it just like flirting comes so, maybe it's because I'm a horrendous flirt. It comes so naturally to me. Like it's just like, I don't know. I'm very outgoing, so I guess that's probably it.
All right, so I selected this, when we were kind of setting up for this
Grab
podcast
his
about an hour and
dick.
a half ago.
Sorry, go ahead.
No one else has responded to it yet.
Wow.
Grab him
we
by
are-
the
we are first
pussy.
response.
Grab him by his man puss.
with your pussy.
Yeah. It's
All right.
like a teeth situation.
Yeah, it's like
Vagina
like
dentata.
yeah,
All right,
and
So-
it's like one of those alien mouths. So like a tinier mouth comes out
Yeah.
of the mouth.
Bring him
So-
in.
so unless I've already talked about this on the podcast, I want to tant something for next week.
Okay.
Have I told you guys the story of why I have two assholes?
I've heard this story.
I
It's
think
like-
so. I don't know if it was on the podcast.
It was definitely not on the podcast, though.
Okay,
This was told to me when we were roommates, I believe.
Yeah. we'll talk about it next week.
Years ago. Matt and I were
Fuck
technically
you
roommates.
assholes doing?
We were
He lived
roommates.
in a dorm
We
that I
were
was the
dorm
RA
mates.
of.
You were in charge of me.
I was in
You
charge of
loaded,
your
you
well-being.
lorded over me, and when I was
I
bad,
did.
you spanked me.
You had a roommate that you lived with for a bit, but then he became bad.
Was that over in Stevie?
Is that
Yeah.
correct?
I
Okay.
had two roommates. So originally, when I was picking out colleges,
Yeah.
I had two friends that I thought I was going to live with, but then one of them went to a different school. So
Oh,
I had
shit.
a roommate from high school and a random, and the random was just like this really annoying super jock, like a soccer
Really?
jock. Yeah, and so he was always like, I don't know.
remember this.
Like
yeah.
looking back, like he meant well, but he was just very like bro-y in his
Yeah.
overtures of friendship in a way that I found super annoying. And then he would
was
also
just
just
trying to
like
be himself
sleep.
around.
What's that?
He was just trying to be himself around you, and you just
Yeah.
were too different.
And like, I don't know. I'm a bit of an asshole. I can recognize that.
Yeah.
And it just didn't. Our personalities clashed too much.
Better or worse roommate than Mercury?
I like Mercury as a person, so I would say worse. Like,
I heard stories about your roommate ship tenure.
oh yeah, I guess so. We were actually roommates a couple of times. The first
Yeah.
time, yeah, maybe that was bad. Like she left some clementines in a cabinet until they turned to dust, and then we had
Oh.
like really bad fruit
Fruit
fly
flies?
infestation
I will
that
say,
it was hard to get rid of.
I love Mercury. She's amazing. One of my best friends, like going way back. She's very focused on things that aren't life at like the little things. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's always something exciting and big.
Things
like
that
so
aren't like
I think leaving
cleaning.
clementines for a week is something that you forget about. Yeah.
I still want to meet Mercury.
You should at
Yeah.
some point.
Yeah.
Come up
I'll-
for.
I'll-
Well, I guess
yeah.
you'll be
All
coming
I-
down for a show
Yeah, you'd have to be
Yeah.
coming down.
hmm
every Friday night, 5
'Cause-
nightclub.
I only know her from the podcast, and I also would be really intrigued to
And
see
that was
the
the
burlesque
best
show.
of her.
Yeah.
The podcast.
Wait, what?
That was the best version as well.
Oh yeah.
I'm
No,
sure
I
she's
would
very
say
happy.
I would
about
say
all-
now is the best version of her.
That's true.
She's a little bit less like all over the place.
Well, she used to really like, I think, no, I'm kidding. Did she listen to Joe Rogan a lot? I think.
I don't know. Maybe.
But that was
Are you
so
sure you're not
long
thinking
ago.
of Lance? Lance, I
No.
feel like Lance would listen to Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God. No, he listens to like fucking Opie and Anthony. he he's a friend that has gone from like, okay, I like the same things you do and respect it, to like, oh, you like awful shit now.
Two roads diverge in a yellow.
Yeah, you've become liking things that are bad. Like when you try and defend that Batman v Superman movie, it's hard to say that I think you have good taste. That movie's bad. Like
I still want to see it for the sake of seeing it, though.
I think it's not as bad as some people brought it out to be. Like there's some interesting things in it, but it is a bad movie. It's so long. Anyway, sorry, that's a digression. We got to end the podcast. It's late, but yeah. Whereas Mercury's great.
So I
she
should...
loved Batman v Superman. I have no clue.
So the image of Mercury I should have should be exactly what she was in The Two of Me, right?
Oh
Yes.
yes, except just the puppet part.
Yes. That's how she actually talks now.
Yeah, the other voice is an affectation.
Yeah. Just so you know, the voice that you heard her on the podcast was her doing her voice of the character that she was playing on the podcast. Her actual voice is Snickers the Monster.
I can't even remember what that's. It was kind of like Grovery.
Yeah, it was Grover. It was just Grover. It was just Mercury version of Grover. Oh, fuck. All right, that's the end. That's the end of this. I'm John_Danger. Actually, I don't know if there's an underscore. Is there John Danger at twitter.com, the hell website.
It is underscore.
All right, cool. Bornintheeighties.net's the website.
Hey, fund our live show in Vegas by going to patreon.com/bornintheeighties.
Yeah, hell yeah. We don't have any patrons anymore. They all left. Well, we had some good ones for a while.
TJ's dying.
Anyway.
I am. But please join the Discord. That's
Yeah.
YOLO420.com/bornintheeighties.
YOLO420.com/bornintheeighties. Also go to theweednumber.com and thesexnumber.com.
Since we were talking about CPR, I posted CPR instructions in nothing but memes.
Yeah.
All
Are
right.
they accurate and correct and I'd save someone's life with them?
No.
Okay.
I like
Not at
old-timey
all.
CPR instructions where it's like, roll them over a barrel and pump their legs until they start breathing again.
Oh my god.
Please come find me on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/mayofmay. We're gonna do some party games sometime soon.
I see the use of a Capri Sun at some point in this CPR. I don't know if that's accurate.
Oh no, is it like a Capri Sun tracheotomy?
Yeah, pretty much exactly. You're right
Oh
on there.
no.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye everyone.
Who is this?
Low Bro
Probably shouldn't.
Watch. How can I tell what he's playing? Doesn't it say what game they're playing somewhere on the screen somewhere?
Like LOWBRO and then watch?
You.
No, LOBRO Watch.
Okay. Let me see.
Low Bro.
Because now you can sub and not follow, so it's not showing there because you didn't follow it yet.
No. Wait, what?
You can sub and not follow.
No, I am following. If I click, if
Okay.
I hover over the follow, it says unfollow.
Yeah, Lobro Watch is hosting someone right now.
Oh.
I just went to his channel directly.
What is the game that's being played? How can I tell?
You mean
Twitch
on the other
sucks.
channel?
Twitch
You-
fucking sucks is all I'm going to say.
So
Look at this. How do I know what game this is? If you're
Okay,
hosting someone, it doesn't tell you what game it is.
okay,
click
I'll tell
through.
you. You have to click the go to channel, which is in your stream chat side.
Go to. I have chat closed because I don't look at chat.
Okay. Otherwise, you just click on where it says hosting the visual pine. You click on that, and it'll go right to the channel directly.
Okay, cool. And then now that will tell me what game is being
Oh,
played.
good news.
Yes.
Donald Trump is streaming from Texas. Because apparently that's
is-
something that happens on Twitch now.
What?
Code Vein.
Oh, I've heard of Code Vein.
Is
I
that
just
what
haven't
this
played
is?
it. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it is. I mean, it says category Code Vein.
Yeah, we did a
It also
whole
says
lot
game
of
code
this
vein.
now, and I feel bad because we need to record a podcast. So turn it off. The starting soon. I have to go pee.
Like, can't turn off the starting soon then.
Ow, I stepped on
Yeah.
a dog bone.
Code Vein appears to be
Ow.
like a Souls-like game. Just in terms of the slow damage, dodge and wait and hit, and dodge and wait and hit.
Dodgy waits and hits.
Yeah. That's how I describe a Souls game, which is, as opposed to everyone else just says, oh, if it's a hard game, it's a Souls game. It's like Dark Souls.
No,
It's the
yeah,
Dark
it's
Souls
more
of
like
Minecraft.
patterns that you have to memorize, right?
Which is what I kind of want to... I really want to play Sekiro. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, or whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
Because I hear kind of like the movement and flow of your dodging and attacking is very rhythmic. Not necessarily a la a rhythm game, but you just kind of get into that feel.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're having a Sekiro conversation in the middle of pre-show, but hello everybody. This is the podcast. Born in the 80s. It's the Sekiro podcast. Let me check browse and see what games are top of the pops today.
Is everybody still boycotting Hearthstone? Because
Apparently.
Blizzard hates freedom.
Let's see. Fortnite has now launched Chapter 2, so Fortnite's kind of top game in kind of its mini reboot. League of Legends is number 2. Just Chatting is number 3. We're talking game and talk shows. What is it called? Talk shows and podcasts.
Yeah, something
Okay,
like
so
that.
we're not. Special events is number 4. What's topping special events? Is that
Probably the
thing,
Trump thing. Because it shows up
Probably.
on my sidebar.
I don't have it.
I don't know.
I have Tim the Tap. No, the top one appears to be Prime Video for the Thursday Night Football. Trump is
Oh.
number 3.
I didn't know Prime Video did stuff.
And then Tim the Tatman is also, I don't think hosting it, I think watching it as well.
Yeah.
The same Thursday Night Football, but I think he is able to do something with commentary there.
That's surprising that they allow that.
Well, it's through Prime Video, so there's probably certain things.
I guess.
What's up,
Because I
bitches?
know a lot of, like, during some of the Democratic debates, a lot of people got their channels suspended because they were, like, showing too much of the debate video.
No, a lot of people look like they're streaming the Thursday Night Football game.
Yeah, that's weird. John, you like sports?
I like sports, and I don't
Would
care
you ever
who
watch
knows.
like a football game with like a Twitch commentator over it?
Okay, so have we started the episode?
Welcome
Not
to Born
officially,
in the
still
80s.
pre-show.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 270. Wait.